I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
Great job if anybody got that call I was talking about with Tesla. We did hit that 20 moving average right on the point. Now we did get a simple rejection in the triple Qs and everything, but it wasn't the start of the show. And I'm going to show you in a second, so make sure you pay attention to the whole video. And by the way, guys, I have a Discord. The link is in the description or in the comments of the video. Just go down there at the very bottom of the description and click that link and it'll take you right to it. Guys, we literally, it's like a family. It's pretty cool. Most Discords aren't like this. We literally all think the same, which is kind of nice. Not everyone competing on, who's a better bull and bear. But if you do want to join, the link is in the description or in the comments of the video. But guys, if you are struggling with trading, I do have classes. If you want to come in, if you're down or don't know how to trade, or if you're new, guys, just come in, talk to me. Just send me a DM or whatever, or hit up one of the mods. But guys, we did catch that play. We were talking about Tesla rejecting and pushing down to that 20 moving average, and we hit it right on point. Is the show over for Tesla? Probably not. And the reason why is mostly because of Apple. Apple did not do nothing today besides just float in the market. It really was the only one holding up the market. It was just trading green a little bit, but you can see how it is right below that 10 moving average. Now let's start off with this video because I know there's going to be a lot of new viewers and a lot of, probably old viewers. But either way, when you are playing with the moving averages, I just want to go over it really quick. You can speed through it or whatever you want to do if you've been watching me for a while. But in a bearish trend, you will see the 10 come under the 20 moving average. It will reject off that 20 moving average or sometimes go up to the 20 moving average and then reject. On a bullish trend, the 10 is above the 20 moving average and it will catch as a support. You can back test this. It is 100% true. So, but the thing is, when you are getting a trend change on Apple like this right here, it might look bullish. It might look this, but until the 10 is above the 20 moving average, this is not bullish. I can tell you that right now. And especially, it hasn't had a simple rejection from 420, I think it was 400 the triple Qs. Either way, it just hasn't had a simple rejection at all. But you can see the 10 moving average under the 20 moving average, and that is a clear sign that bears are taking control. Now, what you do need to pay attention to is, like I talk about every single video, it's almost like Apple is always the one that comes in behind everyone and just slaps the market left and right. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The real show. I told you Tesla was going to break. It did. I told you Apple's probably going to break, and it's going to. The real show is going to be when Apple breaks this 50 moving average. It is at 271, and if it does break, it will run down to around 255. And by the way, if you're a new viewer, if I'm reading these levels, say 255, you should not be playing puts to 230. Play your next moving average. Just like how I called out Tesla, you could have hit that play right off the back if you would have just subbed to the channel and followed me for, I don't know, a couple days. I was talking about how this was going to hit around 461. It hit 457. So great job if you caught that play. But here's the thing. If you are a new viewer or if you are still learning off this channel, this is market cap and the percentages right here. Tesla wasn't that big. The biggest one is Apple and Nvda and Microsoft. Those are the three biggest ones that you need to watch about, just watch. Now, if they reject, this is going to push Tesla even lower, probably down to 414, but definitely play just the 440 mark if you are. But let's just check out the charts really quick. Let's check out, 35% of the entire market out of 3 stocks. So if you do have Apple rejecting, which it's going to, it's probably going to reject off that 10 moving average and run down to around 255. That is going to be around 10%, 11% of the Nasdaq, 6%, 8% of the triple Qs. Let's check out Nvda, right? Nvda had a rejection also. It is sitting on that 50 moving average. So if these other Mega 7, like Apple and Microsoft, reject, it is going to push Nvda probably down to the 20 and the 10 moving average, probably around 181, and it's probably going to go lower, honestly, because Apple's not going to stop dropping. In the long run, you will see around 159, but don't aim for that yet. I'm just saying. But if that does reject, that's 15% of the NAS. That's 10% of the triple Qs, 8% of the SPY. Like, that's huge. Let's check out the third biggest one, right? Let's check out Microsoft. Now, Microsoft and Apple, if they decide to just say, hey, I'm going to blow through this moving average together, it is going to be a bad red day. I can tell you that right now. Now you see Microsoft just holding above that 20 moving average. What did I just say? Not even at the beginning of the video. In a bearish trend, you will reject off that 10. You will reject off that 20 sometimes. You will reject off that 10 moving average sometimes. Sometimes you go to a little bit above. And if Apple rejects, this is going to blow past the 20 and 10 moving average and start heading down to around 475. Guys, that's like 35% of the market just in 3 stocks. That like Apple can just push, and you're probably going to see 2 or 3 big red days coming up. So be very careful. But let's look at the other end, right? Let's look at the other Mega 7 because, you got to look at the whole entire picture. And by the way, I get a lot of questions in my Discord about other YouTubers and everything. And I'm going to tell you right now, if another YouTuber is not doing the backbone TA or back testing on all of these Mega 7 and they're just reading an index, they're not going all the way with TA. You really need to learn market cap. And if you don't understand, go to Google, type in what is the equal weight of the triple Qs, what is equal weight of the NAS, what is equal weight of the SP 500, and you will get these percentages. This is market cap. This is how big the company is into the stock market. But if Microsoft, Nvda, and Apple reject, you will see around 202 on AMD, and then also on Amazon. I think Amazon's hanging on by the skin of its teeth also. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's just sitting on that 50 moving average. So let's check out and see how big Amazon is. It's big still. So if you get Apple, Nvda, Microsoft rejecting, especially you already got Tesla rejecting. I was just calling that out last week. That's just the start of the show. But if you have those 3 stocks rejecting, I can tell you right now, it's going to blow past through all those moving averages really easily. And you will probably see around the 216. Now, one thing I do want to point out, though, a lot of these stocks are moving to the 200 moving average. What did I just say? 200 moving average. Remember what I just said. Now, let's go to Meta, right? So if Apple and all of them reject, look at Meta. It is barely hanging on. I think after hours, I think it's actually breaking all its moving averages. What is it? No, it's sitting right on that 20 moving average. It's on the last moving average. So if you got Apple, Nvda, Microsoft, Meta breaking, guys, you got some big red days coming up, I'm telling you. And Amazon also. But if this rejects, you probably will start seeing a low around 563 in the long term within a month and a half or something like that. Not saying tomorrow. So don't go, oh, well, he said this number. I'm going to go all in an account and tomorrow. No, don't do that. No, Jimmy. No. But just be very careful. If you do start to see the Apple and them reject, this is definitely not going to hold. I can tell you that right now. Let's go to Google, right? There is 2 Googles, by the way. There's A and C. So this is double right here. This is around 50% of the NAS. Now it is barely hanging on that 20 moving average. If you got Apple and Tesla and all of them rejecting, this is going to start heading down to around 294. That's going to be the first support. In the long run, you will see 261. Now, notice how all of these are pushing next to their next moving average, pretty much, right? So let's check out AVGO, right? AVGO, is it at 315 after hours? Or wait, is my thing lagging? I don't know. My thing's probably lagging. No, it's lagging. Okay, that kind of threw me off for a second. Now, same thing. All of those moving averages, all of those stocks I just read off of you are barely hanging on a moving average. Now, I want you to notice how the next one is the 200 moving average. There is nothing below this besides like a lower high support in AVGO. AVGO is pretty big, not going to lie. But if you have all of these Mega 7 about to crack down to their next moving average, all it takes is Apple having one more bad day, not even a real bad day, honestly, and you're going to start seeing a chain reaction. And by the way, if you're a new viewer and you don't understand what I'm talking about, how these are all moving together, let's just take one step back before I show you the other stuff. If you don't understand how stocks work, and especially because no other YouTuber tells you, I don't know why they don't, but if you don't understand, every single stock moves together in a certain way. This is why we go over the moving averages. This is why we go over market cap and a percentage, because this is real TA, guys. No other YouTuber does this. I don't know why. It's not that hard. Market cap, moving averages, and channels. That's really all you need. And you need to learn basic economics, federal rates, inflation, unemployment rate. And I go over those too. You can actually check out the video at the end. I'll have it up for you. But that's what I'm saying. If all of these stocks are about to push to their next moving average, right? Now, what I was just talking about at the beginning of the video, or about mid-video, is I want to talk about this because I think this is going to save a lot of people headaches if they actually believe me, if they don't just go watch some weird YouTuber talking about an index for 30 minutes. Ron. But here's the thing, guys. I want you to notice how this moving average, right? This is the next moving average in the triple Qs, SP 500, and everything. All of the stocks that I just read off are either breaking their moving averages or about to or break into the lower end of their moving averages, right? You can already see how triple Qs rejected off of that 20 moving average. And I can tell you right now, Apple has one more day, just a bad day. Guys, it is not going to be hard at all to blow past that 50 moving average, that 10, and that 20 moving average. It is not going to be hard to drop $10 in the triple Qs, and you're going to start seeing a $600 in the triple Qs. But let's take it one step back, okay? I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about probably in a month or two. Is a lot of these stocks are breaking highs. And what do I mean by that? Let's just look at Apple's chart, right? A lot of the stocks in like the Mega 7, if you don't understand, these channels are super old. I've called tops left and right. It's not even that hard, honestly. I don't know why other YouTubers make it harder than it is to teach people. I really don't. And if you are struggling with trading, come in the Discord. We can talk one-on-one. Just send me a DM. But guys, Apple is at its peak. A lot of these stocks stay down here, right? When we had that drop back in, I think April, what was it? Let me see. February. This is when Trump came in, hit him with the tariffs. Every Mega 7 went down. The triple Qs tagged 400. And then a lot of the Mega 7 hit their support. Guys, we've rallied from around 400 in the triple Qs to 635-ish or 630. And all we did is go back up to the top of the channel. A lot of these stocks are about to break their moving averages, okay? But the thing is, guys, you need to realize it is not going to be super hard to see a lot of these stocks break their 50 moving average or their 100 moving average, and they're going to go down to their 200 moving average. And if you don't understand moving averages, let me tell you or explain it like this because it's super simple. Every single moving average in your Mega 7, in your indexes, are the exact same thing. Just like how the stock market moves in the exact same way, and the exact same way in your indexes, everything is tied together. And if a lot of YouTubers are not doing back testing on a lot of these Mega 7, don't follow them. I'm telling you. And I'm not doing that to hate on other YouTubers. I want people to grow. I want people to actually find a channel like this. And I don't care about getting popular. I'm already set in money. I do this for fun. I just don't like how and that's how I got into YouTube. I just like, why is this YouTuber just talking about SPY? Guys, if you go to Google and type in what is in SPY, it's mostly just Apple or something. That is not the whole market. The whole market is the 50% right here. So, but what I'm saying is, if a lot of these stocks are about to reject, they're going to break that 50 moving average. They're going to break that 100 moving average. They're going to start pushing down to their 200 moving average. Now, if you back test that onto the indexes, right? What will that be onto your indexes? Well, it's not a stock market crash because you're still in your 2023 bull channel. But guys, a lot of these stocks are going to push from their highs, okay? And they're going to start pushing down to their, what did I just say? Pay attention to their 200 moving average. So sub to the channel. Hopefully I can change some lives. And thank you guys for the likes. This channel has grown up 5,300% within 28 days. And I can see why, honestly. Not to brag, not to be cocky. I'm just saying thank you for the support. I think, honestly, I know there's other traders like me. And if you are like me and you trade like me, guys, we have a huge family in the Discord. Come, or if you're a new trader and if you want to learn something like this, guys, it's honestly not hard to trade. It really isn't. A lot of people make it harder than it is. It really isn't. You just need to put time into it. Find your group. We have it. Come join the Discord.